How you doing this evening, everyone?
Looking forward to a pretty good race. Shatty got here. He's 4-1. He's taken down some pretty good racers, including Truant Gamer and Random Effect. He's the high seed. Period the Kitty has come in through the play-in race, but both of these are pretty competent racers, and looking forward to a good match.
Same here. We're already underway and 2 west from the waterfall. Not the best starting screen out there, but there's tougher to be had, but we're not going to see those yet. Both opting to tank hits to get through Gorillas to get to the cave, and it's any roads. See where these lead.
Yeah, this might sort of negate the bad starting spot that they started with.
True that. To the grave. Shatty's checking something, whereas the next one, Vanilla 2.
Yeah, Shatty making a play for the armless items, which is always a good idea. There's
And then by Vanilla Start. Okay, that's pretty darn good. I dare say that's pretty darn good. I mean, we've had seeds where the any roads have been atrocious, but these any roads are pretty passable, I think.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good too.
So now Shatty's going to check on the rest of the any roads and going to find that they're going to be pretty darn good. Purity, on the other hand, checking caves and trying to avoid taking a death, finds a casino, but no money, no play.
Yeah, I think they're both just checking open caves right now, trying to hunt down that wood sword.
Good screen scroll by Purity there to avoid the blue gorillas, and then they get shuffled to the other side, check the next cave, and another casino. And another cave for Purity on low health. Nicely done. That's a medicine shop. But you gotta have paper first. Purity's heading for the ferry. And the timing for that is excellent because that's a full heart refill. Shatty, on the other hand, down to 1 heart. Has to be careful.
Yeah, there's all kinds of gorillas on the overworld, and they're one of the most annoying enemies to deal with because they shoot their boomerangs at random. And it deals a whole heart of damage.
Wrong sword. That's like a little early to find mags. Because we haven't even picked, well, it would take a lot for mags to be your first sword. You'd have to find the wand, then you'd have to find everything else, basically doing everything with the wand, and then getting a total of 7 to 12 heart containers just to have a shot at it.
Yeah, fortunately, it's close to the any road, so if they do have to make a late game play for it, it should be pretty easy to pick up.
Puri finds the mid-secret, and that mid-secret's not very good at all. Shatty found what the Armos item is, and it is the red candle. And those gorillas are getting roasted.
Yeah, the red candle is one of those items that's really valuable to find early on because it can save you, potential candle purchase. Its use decreases as the seed goes on, or its value, so it's good to find it early.
Pushing the tomb. Oh, we got level 6 at the grave that you can push, so a feat of strength does open a dungeon in this seed. Unfortunately, Shatty tried playing with fire and got burned by an Octorok. Meanwhile, Purity the Kitty has found a bomb upgrade where the message is Kappa, so let's raise some Kappas up in here. No, wait, don't go overboard, guys. That would not be a good idea. Ooh, that's a rough door repair message, because that dot shame you cannot up A out of.
Yeah, although, yeah, It's not good.
And that burn spot yields a jackpot. That's a nice money message, but 26 does not seem like a good jackpot. Just saying.
Yeah, it's a little bit short of the regular secret, which would be 30 rupees.
Still, it looks like the offset on that is not a very big door repair penalty, so that helps. Ooh, we found level 1. Now, we might be dealing with second quest rooms, but we still get 2 items. Oh, we get the ladder in level 1! How about that for starting the seed off hot?
Yeah, Candle Rose, one of those spots that, you may or may not check early. Shatty finding that pretty early in the seed might give him a pretty decent advantage.
Oh yeah, checking Candle Row early and getting Red Candle is definitely a huge advantage for Shatty right now. But the question is, what's the second item here? And this will be it unless it's a segmented one. Oh, it is a segmented one. Ugh. And Purity has found a Take Any, picks up a heart container. Uh-oh, Patra in level 1. Nope. Not going that way. Thankfully, that Patra's not guarding the Triforce. So that's a Patra we don't have to deal with. Thankfully.
It'll be interesting to see if Shatty makes a play for the second item or if he'll just move along until he, gets more firepower, particularly sword.
Yeah, I'm with a Patra there. Yeah, you would need a lot more firepower. But then again, I don't think he explored all of the early part of 1, so it looks like he's doing that at this time. But it's key blocked. Unless he tries for a Kanana key, but nope, doesn't go for that, but gets a key anyway. So, get a key, use the key. Get the heart container out of 1, but that is not the second item. Each dungeon has its own heart container, so that's the one for level 1. Meanwhile, Purity also got the red candle and is burning up a number of enemies on the overworld, up to 8 bombs as a result. Ooh, dark nuts. 5 dark nuts and 3 bombs. Is this possible? It might be, but Shatty's not going to try it and is going to come back. Need a sword for that.
Yeah, he's banking these bombs will be more valuable in the overworld. Failing to kill the dark nuts would obviously drain him.
Yeah, so in that instance, the risk would have been a bit greater than the reward.
I suspect he's gonna... Oh, go ahead.
And a standard small secret for this seed. And we've got Purity finding level 3. And it's got robes in it.
It looks like Shatty's making play for the coast item, I would imagine.
We don't know what it is, but that would be the play to make, knowing that he's got the ladder. And 3 is segmented as well. Unless there's a bomb hole, that's a staff staircase, and... Oh, we found none. Yep. Purity did a U-turn because he found a staff staircase, only to get sniped by whiz robes coming out of there. Whoa, that big secret! definitely a big money seed with that.
Yeah, with these flags, money usually isn't too much of a concern, but yeah, with that big secret, it's probably not a concern at all.
Meanwhile, Purity has found Hacksaw Jim Duggan's 2x4, 1 east of Vanilla 5. Ooh, we got a hint from the Octorok. Meet the human in the dead woods. A case of the Mondays on a Friday? Game, please.
Oh, the coast item, if you didn't see, was the book.
Yep, that's sort of the trade-off. I'm pretty sure the game knew we were talking about that. Game knows, as they say.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about getting a free ladder, and yeah, book would be the obvious bouncer.
Yeah, so the book pretty much equalized that. And we got hints. These could be mixed, so they're not always guaranteed to be helpful.
Yeah, Purity
nope.
opting not to buy any. She might try to save and retry.
Yep, could do that later. Both runners getting up into the territory of where once a ring shop is found, why not? But shame on the game for that door repair. And at Monocle Rock, we find more rupees. Yes, that is a vanilla small. Yeah, what are words? And now Shatty has found level 3. Without a sword is not going to get very far here because it's Uncle Wizzy's house.
Yeah, Wizrobes only take damage to swords and bombs, and you don't want to be spending bombs to kill that many Wizrobes, usually.
Yeah, blue Wizrobes, not something you really want to go against without that when you're short on resources. Shatty finds the item in 3, and it is the power bracelet. Good thing to pick up early, because you don't know if it's going to be needed, because the power bracelet could be blocking a dungeon. So now the question is, where's the triangle?
I think Purity also finding the same large secret. May want to just go by the hints and not bother with a save retry, but that'll be up to him.
True that. Rupee Boss doesn't yield anything. And that fire is not going to do anything to that Gleeok.
Yeah, Gleeoks like Patras are only vulnerable to Sword and Wand.
And Purity sees the coast item and is not going to go back for that, even after finding the ladder, but hasn't found level 1. And that's a community hint. That's not going to tell us anything about the seed. Oops, Shatty's not going that way, because that Wizrobe would be death. Well, on the plus side, it's a good thing they found all those rupees, because the bomb prices are a little pricey at 28.
On the other hand, there's a lot of red gorillas on the overworld, so if they're paying attention, they might be able to farm those instead.
Yeah, that'll definitely help. And Shatty has the compass for 3. The Triforce is gonna be very close, but hopefully it will be obtainable without a sword. Or it can just be sitting there free for the taking. We'll take that.
Yeah, that was pretty good play by Shatty. He was sitting on half a heart for a while. being careful and avoiding damage. It's a pretty good job.
Yeah, well played. Well played. And we got paper on Purity's side. Potions are in play now.
Yeah, some racers actually won't pick up the letter, but I actually value potions a lot. It's really easy to get a troll again pattern, and he obviously deals a lot of damage, and Wizrobes too. So yeah, I love the letter.
Interesting play here by Shatty, opting to buy a key. Maybe thinking keys could be an issue and just getting one as an insurance policy? Possibly? And we just found that a feat of strength will lead to the inferior model. Meanwhile, we already know that game. You're being a bit redundant with your helpful hints here. Meanwhile, level 8, name that ink blot. As Purity gets mowed down by a Landmala.
Interesting about that feat of strength hint is that we already found the dungeon in the graveyard, level 6. So the magical boomerang could be there, but there could be another dungeon beneath an actual like power bracelet spot.
Yep, we won't know until that dungeon's dug out. And I think the old man's got the wrong game for that one. Good use of finding the bomb hole in that Landmala room. Oh, it's the Lionel's den! Oof, this could end poorly really quick because Death by Lionel's and Zelda 1 Rando go hand in hand. But Lionel deaths also go hand in hand with Breath of the Wild as well. And to further add to the schadenfreude, we've got Beamos firing on our player as... Oh, that clock. Beautiful timing. Too bad there was nothing in the room other than that bomb hole, because that clock was huge. I was about to say, there is a tell as to when the Lionel will fire. They'll stall for a second. Then they'll fire. And Shatty now has the wooden sword. Enemies are about to get the smackdown laid on them.
The other thing about Lionels is that you can knock them out of their, basically the startup lag of their attack by hitting them. And that'll make sure they don't attack.
Uh-oh. Purity might be ladder blocked out of 8. Not quite, but that could be a ladder block. Ooh, blue Lamolas on low health and green mail. Yikes. So Purity's opted to go the other way, and quite frankly, I don't blame him. And Shatty just found level 2. Feat of Strength entering the dungeon, so the magical boomerang could be here.
Yeah, Shatty might want to dig this dungeon out just to make sure, and get narrow down his information.
And those push blocks won't work in level 2 because of 2 being a floor item dungeon, unless it turns out to be a segmented 2, even if it's one room off and way in the corner by itself. I won't call it a stealth room by any stretch of the imagination, because that could hold the triangle and or the item. Not and or, just or. Oh, but the bow is in A!
Yeah, so I think our 2 racers each have a significant advantage. Shatty with a ladder at his disposal, and Purity with a bow, and a fairly large level 8.
Yeah, but this room that Purity is in is nasty without the ladder, especially those traps. And yep, the inferior model was the item in level 2. And a community hint.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the dungeon. That is not the dungeon item that Shatty wanted to see.
Nope, it was alluded to on Purity's side that a feat of strength would lead to it. It could have been 6, but it turned out to be level 2. And we now know that this is a power bracelet required seed.
That is true. It will be interesting to see if Purity is able to dig the item out of 3.
Purity also has the second item in 8 that to worry about as well, because we've seen all the items that most players won't pick up, so everything from here is going to be something that players would pick up. And Shatty tried to get a hit on the Dark Nut and slip by, but nope, not quite timed right, so that's a death.
Yeah, he was just a little bit late. You can even hear the audio come out for a sword, but the sword does have some startup lag to it. Doesn't come out right away.
Yep. And I've seen that startup lag in A Link to the Past, but not as noticeable as it is in this game. The power bracelet was in 3. And we have a BMOS room that's not yielding anything but BMOS, so... But thankfully, and here's a second quest room that shows up in the second quest of the game. Oh, but it's a staircase to the Triforce as the bomb hole does not give. Now the question is, where is that staircase?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. A fun little troll from the game.
Yeah, that's definitely the game putting on its best troll face. And Purity finds the way to the Triforce in 8 as Shatty picks up his third Triforce, this one out of level 2.
Yeah, I feel like Purity had a really good level 8, particularly the trap room with the moat where he had no ladder, and was able to make that out alive. I think a lot of runners would have died in that situation.
Yeah, that was nicely done, and getting to the staircase that led to the Triforce relatively quickly after realizing that it was not a bomb hole situation.
Yeah, I would definitely be happy with that pathing in a race.
And it looks like Purity is now in Candle Row, where he'll eventually find level 1, and with it, the ladder. Purity's entering level 1 now as Shatty's battling some Moldorms. See the Triforce room in the dungeon already. Question is, what's the item that's here? Ooh, bomb upgrade, going for it after checking for bomb holes. Well, you get 4 bombs for 4 rupees less than standard, so that's pretty darn good. As Purity has indeed picked up the ladder. But in this next section of the dungeon, Purity is also going to run into that Patra. Well, not going that way at least. Looks like Purity's heading for the Triforce.
This is an interesting play from Shatty. He walked past the Triforce room. He looks like he's actually going to dig 6. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to quickly find the item or if he's going to give up early on.
Meanwhile, Purity picks up the Triforce out of level 1 and is going to go back in to see what the second item is. There's the heart container for this dungeon. We also have not seen what the white sword item is.
I believe we do know what's in the Deadwoods, though.
Yep, so the white sword item being in the Deadwoods, and that was a staircase leading somewhere. We're looking for the item one in 6 to see if it was maybe an item. That's a bomb pickup that Shatty does not need at this time. What was that? Did somebody turn off an alert or forget to turn off an alert or...
Yeah, I heard that too. It's gone now.
Yeah, whatever. It was nothing important. Anyway, for level 1, name that ink blot. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Shatty wasn't able to clear this room because he had limited bombs and no sword. So it looks like the item is in here. So let's see what Purity finds.
So it was Shatty unable to get. Heart container. So the second item in level 1 was the heart container, while Shatty gets the Triforce out of 6 for his 4th. And if he picks up the Triforce out of 4 and 8 before 5 and 7, he'll have completed the full Triforce logo. Meanwhile, Purity has run into the Patra and has decided enough is enough, I am out of here. And level 4 is 1 north from Vanilla Start. And a rupee boss to start. Oh, that's an early compass. Well, and Purity's entering 4 as well. Hot on Shatty's heels.
I believe the only 2 dungeons we haven't found yet are 5 and 7.
I believe you are right. While Shatty is battling the like-likes from within. And the old man's just spouting nonsense. Now, it does not look like this level 4 has heard of doors. This could very easily be a find the bomb hole dungeon.
Yeah, fortunately for Shatty, he's already picked up 1 bomb upgrade. Purity actually doesn't want to see doors because he has no keys at all.
True that. Unfortunately, he might run into a key block situation. I believe there's a key in this room he just walked into, so he'll be fine there, but beyond that, could run into a key block. There's the key that Purity needs to get north. Shatty has found, well, the recorder. No complaints there, because now Recorder Lake is open and Dig Doggers cannot block the way, so solid pickup all around. Now, Purity is not going to find any more keys between where he is now and where the recorder was, so from here it would be require using a glitch called the Kananaki just to get past, although he's not going to be able to Kananaki that Goma because, well, I think this is going to be as far as Purity's going to be able to get in the dungeon this for now because keys are a thing. Oh, and the Triforce is Goma blocked! So both runners are going to have to nope out of 4, but for 2 different reasons. For Purity, it is a key block. For Shatty, it is a bow block. Both runners have the other thing that the other runner needs. My oh my!
And the fortunate thing in Purity's case is he might not come back with arrows, so he could get double blocked.
True that. In the meantime, Purity has found level 7. We've got a number of levels clustered by Vanilla Start in this seed. And 7 is Uncle Wizzy's house. And Purity is noping right out of it. Can't blame him. Shatty has won his map, and just up is gonna dig the item out, but will be disappointed to find that it's the heart container. Could have been it could have been punishing, but it's a good thing in his case.
Yeah, it's a good play with such a small number of rooms to just go back and get the item, particularly when he's missing bow, and basically most of the good items. So, you know, a good play that's gonna end up with a bad result.
An even worse result if that Patra gets involved, but he sneaks around it nicely. Well, finds a rupee boss for some easy health, but that's not the answer. And we have found the white sword item in the Dead Woods as the raft. Now, the only way that that's going to be required for anything is if the remaining dungeon is at one of the raft spots. Otherwise, sail not to save the princess. And Shatty picks it up too, so both players getting the raft within seconds of each other. And Recorder Lake is holding level 5!
Wow.
So now we know where all the dungeons are. So we know that the raft won't be required, but our runners aren't going to be returning or exchanging that one. Nope, no returns or exchanges for the white sword item, according to the Hylian Walmart.
As far as items goes, the real question now is where are the silver arrows?
Absolutely, and at this point they could absolutely be anywhere. So at this point, it now becomes paramount to dig out every oh, there they are! In level 5! Silver arrows level 5. Purity still needs the power bracelet though, so Purity is not in go mode yet. However, we have the go mode knowledge because the power bracelet is in 3, silver arrows in a recorder block 5, with the recorder in 4, and the bow in 8.
Yeah, Purity's in really excellent shape because level 3 is a dungeon you usually dig out for the item anyway. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good for him.
Shatty's hot on his heels, though, once again. Trying to light a lake on fire? I'm sorry, but that's not gonna work. Shatty takes a death, though. We have not yet quite met with that terrible fate, sir. Oh, shoot. However, Shatty's going to have to clear that room out, I believe. Oh, jeez, an Aquamentus there? Oh, game, that's just rude. Looks like Purity's going for a ladder clip here. Having a bit of trouble, though. Up, gets it. And gets north. And apparently the old man speaks jive.
We're seeing a lot of woods ropes in this dungeon. It's important to note that both runners only have wood sword and no ring, so combat could become a factor here.
Yep, and Shatty has found a transport staircase, which could come in handy in finding the Triforce. Or it can lead to something very unpleasant. Purity taking a death, though. This dungeon could lead to a number of those.
Purity with a really nice compass find, though. There might not be any combat at all.
Yep. Because that room that Shatty did not clear out, Purity did clear out. And unfortunately for Shatty, if he doesn't clear that room out, he's not going to find the silver arrows. Thankfully, it looks like it's just that one blue Wizrobe, but decides against dealing with it. I don't blame him, because blue Wizrobe combat is not fun, except when you pick up a clock. Because then the Wizrobes get clocked. Going for a ladder clip here. Which, with Link flashing due to the clock's effect, lining that up might... Does that make it... Nope, gets it anyway. I was about to ask if that makes it more difficult, or not, in terms of the visual cues, or what, but turned out to pay off.
And earlier, a really nice key find for Purity, now able to access the Triforce room.
And it's a ladder block Triforce, so... Coming here now is definitely the right call compared to earlier. So that's Purity's third Triforce picking up steam. And we got ourselves a Dig Dogger in 5.
Shatty might be in trouble because he knows where the Triforce is. He might not try to dig the item out of 5 if he beelines for it.
Yeah, and it would be very unfortunate to skip the item here. Oh, I see what he's doing here. He's dealing with the Dig Dogger by waiting for dropping a bomb, and then blowing the flute while the bomb is there. And because of that menuing, that Dig Dogger splits up and gets blown up.
Yeah, this is the traditional strategy that you would see on like the world record route in level 7 for dealing with Dig Doggers.
Yeah, shoutouts to Lack Attack in that regard for being one of the top runners of this game, by the way.
Well, I don't know about that. We don't need to give Lack credit for everything.
Meanwhile, on another note, Purity picks up the bomb upgrade with the timing for it being very good. Shatty has cleared that room out and has picked up his silver arrows, so he is back on track. Both our runners are one item away from go mode, and we have the go mode knowledge. We know the bow is in 8. We know the power bracelet is in 3. However, one runner has the other one that the other runner does not.
I feel like this race is pretty close, even though there might be like a 2 Triforce gap coming up pretty soon. But it's really hard to say who's ahead of the other.
That's very true. Because at this point, at this point, we know it's not over until the dot done is hit. Plus, level 9 is the great equalizer. Because the only real things that our runners would want to pick up at this point would be the red ring, the white sword, the wand, and the any key. Anything else? Other than that, and the aforementioned items that each runner needs to enter go mode, they're not going to bother with. So Lord Banana, just going to be saying a prayer and heading on our way.
Yeah, Amazing Ampharos makes a good point in chat. Purity's going to dig out Death Mountain because he doesn't have the power bracelet and wasn't able to find 2. So he's going to find a whole lot of nothing up here.
Yeah, this is a rare seed in which Death Mountain has a whole lot of nothing. Now, he did go to 3 earlier, but wasn't able to go far there. I believe that was before he got his sword. If you were to head back there now, he would find the power bracelet. Meanwhile, Shatty's still looking for things and not coming up with them, because I don't think one runner has found all the dungeons yet, but we've seen all of them. And Shatty's found 8. Now, Shatty finds the bow here, he'll enter go mode. And with 2 Triforces left, he'll know that the bow is needed to get one of them. But, as for the other, we shall see. I don't think we've seen a whole heck of a lot of 7. And Purity opting for a potion from the Take Any on Death Mountain. Not a bad call, because towards the late game, health becomes a premium, especially when battling Blue Wizrobes, Patras, and Ganon himself.
Yeah, and with 7 hearts, magical sword is very unlikely.
Very true. Shatty, meanwhile, is at 8, so once he gets 2 more, could start trying for the magical sword, but no guarantee that he'd get it. Now, thankfully, Shatty does not have to deal with the Blue Goma here, because Purity was able to get the Triforce and did not have to fire a single arrow.
I'm sure that room is going to make him sweat, though.
That room would make anyone sweat, but the timing of that clock is really good. Because we still have Wood Sword, the red candle is still getting a fair amount of use, even at about 42.5 minutes in.
Yeah, really valuable Armos item pickup.
Nicely timed bomb drop. Now, this Triforce room is 1 south from here, but Shatty's not going to be able to get to it from this. Oh, block clip. I see what you did there, Shatty. Nicely played.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but the obstruction room, you can actually access any direction from any direction via block clips.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that this is the only game where such a clip for Link exists. Shatty finds the heart container that's in level 8. Now those Gibdo are losing an Inferno match because they're being lit on fire! Meanwhile, chat's pointed out that Purity's going for Blue Ring. That's a good call defensively. While Shatty is on the track to, I believe, this is where Purity found the bow. And yes, it is at 44 minutes and 8 seconds. Shatty has entered Triforce and Go mode. The only things he'll be looking for now in a dungeon, the Triforce, and get out of dodge. Any extra resources, such as keys, are a nice bonus at this point.
Purity just picked up the blue ring, which is a really nice upgrade for him, and it's It's not really just a defensive upgrade. Like now, he can really like sort of tank enemies and be aggressive with his combat too.
I believe Shatty has to clear this room out to get to the Triforce, as he now sees what we knew about the Triforce piece in 8 to begin with, that it is indeed a staircase to the Triforce. And Shatty's gotten it. Really helpful to spawn that Shatty spawned towards the center of the room and didn't have to deal with those blue Lionels. Meanwhile, Purity is dealing with a 4-headed Gleeok and has beaten it.
Yeah, I think the blue ring came in really handy there.
It certainly did, and while unfortunately that didn't yield anything of importance, it certainly looked impressive. Ooh, those are good potion prices, and as for jokes, yeah, I see what you did there, game.
Ooh, Purity burned a key by accident. Just trying to maneuver around the blocks of the reverse C. That could be costly.
It could be costly, but picking up the power bracelet has put him in Triforce and Go mode. I'm not sure what Shatty's doing at the moment. Maybe building up rupees to try and get a blue ring. He's
Has Shatty found level 7?
I don't believe so, which this could actually be to Purity's advantage here, that Shatty has yet to find 7. Meanwhile, Purity picks up his fourth Triforce piece, this time out of 3. So now he's halfway home on completing the Triforce, and halfway home to entering 9. Now these
item-wise, but... Oh, go ahead.
These next 4 dungeons for him are all going to be Triforce and Go. Whereas for Shatty, 7 and 4 will be Triforce and Go. And it looks like Shatty was going for bomb drops against those red gorillas. Got 1, so that's a plus. And hints. No thank you, game. We got everything we need to know. Oh my. It looks like Shatty could have possibly mismarked where 7 is. That is a very unfortunate...
Actually, he's beelining there right now.
Oh, nope, never mind. I was about to say, if he mismarked his tracker, that would have been a very sad thing that does happen sometimes. And as we hit near the 49-minute mark, we've got a great show for you tonight, made possible by a runner, so please give them a follow. They are doing fantastic, as well as for our tracker, as well as my co-com, RC Drone.
This is a really dicey room for Shatty. Low health, not as many bombs as you would want. He's opting to exit. He's going to stock up on something.
Can't blame him, because that room's just brutal.
I think he's going to refill his health by picking up the Triforce here.
Yeah, that would be a good play, because that would put him at 7 Triforces and give him full health for that stretch. Yeah, I could also back out for blue ring as well, because no ring against blue Wizrobes, just not fun.
Is there a dungeon Purity hasn't found? Because he's going after raft spots too.
And the blue Goma is down. Shatty has the Triforce out of 4. Meanwhile, looks like Purity's opting to re-enter 7 and will have an easier time of it with the blue ring. However, Shatty doesn't have that. So it looks like Shatty's going to go on a ring and rupee hunt.
And chat is reminding me that Purity still hasn't seen level 2 because of the power bracelet block.
Yep, and this is our first look at level 7. Purity trying to bomb through it, but goes down to 1 heart. Better pull the potion up. Does, thankfully.
Yeah, Potion playing the hero here. This could allow Purity to make up some time because Shatty has what looks to be a decently sized lead, not like a humongous lead, but not insurmountable is what I'm trying to say. So Purity able to make progress in level 7 where Shatty was not able to.
Yep, here comes the Dig Dogger strat. This time complete with silver arrows. Now the other thing here is that Purity's out of keys. Up finds a bomb hole, but 1 bomb left. Oh boy. Name that ink blot as Purity is key blocked.
And we can see from the map that this Wizrobe room, combat room, is required. And that might be a pretty costly death for Shatty, now empty on health.
Yeah, this is where the seed's about to get very, very brutal.
Shatty going for it anyway, hoping the bombs will allow him to make it through.
Yep, has the potion out already without even taking a hit. Not a bad idea. I'm not sure if fighting the Wizrobes here with just wooden swords is a good idea, because of the damage ratio. And I think I jinxed it.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I mean, he was pretty committed once he had spent all his bombs in his first potion to just trying to finish out that room, but they just swarmed him. The diagonal blocks make it pretty difficult to maneuver.
As Purity finds level 2. So now if Shatty does find another take any, I wonder, will Shatty opt to pick up the potion or the heart, knowing the heart gives him a shot at max?
So Shatty back in 1, I wonder if he's trying to get an item to help him with combat. He's going to be pretty disappointed to find the heart container though. Unless it helps him pick up Magical Sword.
Yeah, because at this point finding mags would be a big benefit if it is a 10 heart mags. However, that's not the way to mags, that's the way to the Patra.
I believe the item room was down from that staircase.
Yeah, it was to the right and then down. Meanwhile, the bubbles are giving Purity trouble in 2. What was behind that locked door? spend a key, get a key.
I think Shatty's confused. He might not remember that he skipped that Darknet room earlier. Because he was checking his map screen for a good long while.
Yep, he certainly did. That's not the way to the staircase. But he may still find something here. I don't remember if he went this way.
I think Purity just forced the key door open by leaving and re-entering the dungeon, opening the top door.
I'm not so sure about that, Silent, because there's a key in the room that he's currently in, and so that'll help him out in that regard. Now Shatty's in the dark nut room. Once he clears this, he'll find his heart container, and will he take a shot at Mags with only a 20% chance of picking it up, or will he have something else in mind?
I mean, given the wizard room, I think that would be an okay play, even if it's the odds are low. He's looking at a 1 in 5 chance. The magical sword can be picked up anywhere from 10 to 14 hearts.
The magic key is unaccounted for at this time, as is the red ring, the wand, and the white sword.
It looks like Shatty's headed towards the magical sword.
Yeah, I can't blame him for heading in that direction because the way the seed's played out. Because combat-wise, 7 is going to be brutal. And the game gives it to him, a 10-heart magical sword!
I mean, pretty huge, no ring, wood sword, getting an upgrade like that will, obviously accelerate his combat.
Yep, and it looks like Purity tried to get the sword out to get past the dark nut, but the timing was off, hence the death. But now that also means, guys, that Purity is 1 heart away from getting the magical sword. But also has levels 6 and 4 to get Triforces out of first. We're missing the second item in 8, the item in 7, the item in 6, and I believe the item in 4.
The item in 4, I think, was the recorder.
Oh, right. And down go the Wall Masters. Rather, the Wizrobes. But both enemies are equally annoying.
Yeah, sometimes the wall masters can be even worse than the wizrobes.
Yep. And Purity's out of rupees, so no arrows can be fired. So now the question is, how soon until we find the Triforce in 7. As Shatty gets the map in 7. Oh my, don't tell me Shatty's run into the same key block. No, it's not a key block, it's a Triforce. So now here's the situation. Shatty can head over to 9, however, without keys would make routing in there difficult very easily and very quickly.
So I'm not exactly sure what Purity's doing. Going away from the Triforce, he has everything he needs to finish the game.
Not necessarily, because now keys are an issue for both of our runners, so it'll be interesting to see how our runners plan to remedy this, as Purity can now get the magical sword with that 10th heart container. Yeah, I'd say at this point our runners would be looking for the magical key, but Shatty also has to look for bombs as well. And because of that, this could give Purity the time needed to make a comeback. So we're not done yet, folks, not by a long shot.
Yeah, level 9 can take anywhere from a minute to 30, so, no lead is safe.
Yep, this is truly a game where no lead is safe. And Shatty did pick up 2 bomb drops, and with that, is stepping into level 9, where he will be looking for 2 things. First thing he'll be looking for, he will be listening for the roar of the beast. If he is in a room where the beast is adjacent, and he will hear Ganon's roar. Second thing he's looking for is a single shutter door that stays closed when all the enemies are defeated, because that is the way to Zelda. After Ganon's defeated, a single shutter door will pop open immediately when Link enters the room and enemies are there. However, in order to turn back, well, barring a bomb hole as one opens up, Shatty has to beat that Patra. Now, Patra can drown out the roar of Ganon up to a point, because the audio is glitched in that situation for like 1 frame. And you wouldn't know it unless you were listening for it.
Unfortunately for Shatty, it looks like one of the level 9 hints was eaten by a community hint. There's I don't know, 3 dungeons in level 9. The location of Ganon, the location of Zelda, the compass location, and the silver arrow. So I guess 4 hints.
Yep, it would be 4 hints total. As Shatty gets a ladder clip around that tea room. As Purity has entered 4. Now the big question is, well, I was about to say, did we just answer one question? No, the push block opens the door and says, not so fast! Okay, Dragon Dart, if that's the case, that would be hilarious. Unfortunately, Shatty is key blocked on that route.
He did have a Kanana key opportunity there. It just didn't occur to him to use it.
Yep, that is one thing well worth learning is the Kanana key. So now Shatty's going to be clearing rooms out to try and find keys as well. Or find a staircase. Now Purity's going to have to clear this Goma out, there's no choice. Oh hey, free key on Shatty's side. The Kanana key is the name for a glitch that you can use with no keys in a room that has a locked key door. So what you have to do is kill the last enemy, and then basically on the frame where the doors are supposed to be opening, Link walks through the door as if the door lock wasn't there. Basically, as Paratroopa described it.
There's also a variant where you can use a bomb to speculatively blow open a hole, and that will act the same as opening a shutter.
Meanwhile, it looks like Purity has found an alternate way to force Triforce. Yep, Purity has gone around the locked door. May have been a slightly longer route, but has more keys because of it. So now Purity has to clear up to the Dig Dogger in 7, and Purity will be on his way to 9. But yeah, this is a seed where finding any key would be very helpful. It could be here in 9, which would be huge, or it could be elsewhere. And here's another second quest room. Unfortunately, not going to do much of anything because there's no doorways on the left or west or north end of that room, but ladder clip, no problem. And Purity the Kitty now claims the magical sword, so now his offensive abilities are on par with Shatty's. It's going to make the Ganon fight very brief, but it's also going to speed up level 7 for him very fast. Oh boy, this is not a good scenario for Shatty. If that's not a bomb hole to the west, then he's going to be a key lock. Nope. So I do believe he's got to go back.
And in that room configuration back there, even blowing up in the wall and trying to Kanana key, I think the block configuration would have prevented him from doing so because the timing is very tight when you're trying to do a 90-degree Kanana key with a bomb.
Yeah, but it looks like Shatty's key locked out of 9, which is actually going to give Purity the time needed to catch up, as Purity has finished level 7 and completed the Triforce. So we got ourselves a race, folks, so don't go anywhere. So to recap what items we have at this point in the race. Level 1 had the heart container, as well as
the step ladder.
The ladder. Just wasn't coming to me, thank you. Level 2 had the inferior model. Level 3, the power bracelet. Level 4, the recorder. Level 5, silver arrow. Level 6, unaccounted for. Level 7, unaccounted for. Level 8, unaccounted for one item. But we got the bow out of level 8. 9, unknown. The coast item being the book. The raft was the right sword item. And our Armus item of the day. My head just not working tonight.
the red candle.
The red candle, which really came in handy. Thanks for the bailout.
No problem.
Also, we got the vertical shoot room in 9 found. Shatty's clearing it with silvers, but is this the way to Zelda? Oh, game! That's just rotten! I know there's a push block there, but come on! If that's where Zelda is, that's just evil!
I'm actually mapping Shatty's 9, and there are no more open doorways. He's going to have to bomb around now.
So 9 is also found the bomb hole on top of it. Oh, he found a bomb hole. Oh my, he's got a Kanana key to Ganon. Because now we seem to have found where Ganon is and out of keys. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, Ganon is either left or north of that room.
And he's out of bombs too, so he's out of resources.
Yeah, I can't remember if there are any bomb dropping enemies in this dungeon.
Right
there are blue Lionels though.
Yeah, but right now this is staging to potentially be a massive comeback for Purity. The stage is set, folks, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't see the times. I suspect it was something like a 7-minute lead.
Shatty has found a key, so hold the phones, folks. We do have second quest rooms, paratroopers, so that push block could open a door. As Purity did bomb away from a Patra into a blue Lionel den.
No, it looks like I overlooked that doorway. Yeah, but from here on, he's gonna have to bomb our key.
But he's not gonna have to bomb his way into this one because here's Ganon! Ganon will only need 4 hits from the magical sword. And let's just say the pig can be slippery, and Shatty is trying to not take hits because those fireballs will do 1 heart of damage each. A Hyrule driver will do 4, but that matters not as Ganon is bacon!
Even though Shatty's found Zelda, he does not know how to get to her. It was a vertical shoot room, so who knows?
Yeah, it's far from over. It's not over until somebody duns in this situation. And Purity is on the right track, I do declare. Meanwhile, Shatty has bombs, is bombing south in Ganon's room, no bomb hole. Bomb south finds a bomb hole.
That key door to the south leads to Zelda, but obviously he needs a key.
And the game does not give it to him. Meanwhile, Purity the Kitty is entering the Ganon fight, still has a chance to win this. And 7, you gotta be kidding me with that pun, Kappa. Purity's in a better spot defensively, but still has a potion ready just in case things go south. Uses the potion. Shatty down to 1 bomb.
If Purity just goes right and south after this Ganon fight, the comeback would be complete.
And that would be amazing if that were to happen. Purity has beaten the pig. The pig is bacon for both players. But now the question is how to get to Zelda. And Shatty has run out of bombs. Exiting 9 to try and get bombs, I presume.
I mean, he doesn't have enough money for keys either, and it was so funny. We were talking early in the seed about how money wouldn't be an issue, but here it is.
But now we're in the bottom of the 9th, and what's an issue? The one thing we didn't think about. Has Purity seen Zelda's that shoot room yet? I wonder.
I feel like he hasn't, just because I would have expected him to make a quicker beeline to her.
Yeah, so now, with Purity in the driver's seat, not knowing where to go is giving Shatty the time needed to gather resources.
While he's fishing a dungeon, he's really desperate for keys right now.
In this situation, I would be too. I'd be doing things such as taking out this blue Goma, for example. Oh, how rude. I thought he had the kill there, but the game said no. Oh, I see why shots were a little wide to the right.
Yeah, blue Goma is not easy to one cycle.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can one cycle him with regular arrows unless you play a very risky strat, and that's not one that I would play personally. But that's just me.
Shatty actually giving up on level 8. Probably gonna try another dungeon.
Meanwhile, Purity picking up a key, finding a bomb hole to that Lionel room. So that Lionel room was not a stealth staircase at all, just a bomb hole hidden one. Wait, I think I know what Shatty's doing. He was touching graves to try and spawn more ghosts on screen, and then killing the one ghost that's there kills them all. Doing that, you can grind up money that way.
Yeah, Guineas are in the rupee dropping group, which will, if they do have drops, 2 of the 10 slots are 5 rupees.
Meanwhile, Purity's trying to figure out which way to go next. Gets another bomb hole, this one to the east. It's a Lionel room. This is very close to where Zelda is, folks.
Yeah, Zelda's south of here, and now Purity has the information.
That was the way to Zelda's room! And the chute is blocking it! Called it! We called it! Shatty is now rapidly running out of time to get enough resources for keys, while Purity is trying to find a way to get to Zelda on either end of that oh shoot situation.
Purity opting to up an A, I think it would have been faster to just walk around. Or maybe not. Actually, no. This is a faster route. I think he's got it in the bag.
You might be right. This could be the biggest comeback since last year's Super Bowl. Okay. I know some of you guys are not fans of the team that won, but I'm just saying here.
Purity's trying to go the opposite way, though.
Maybe he knows trying to find something that we don't know about?
Oh, please do not take that key door. Oh.
Bugga, because that's another key door. Unless these drop something, or that's the any key under that block, which would be the ultimate home run.
No, Shatty been this way before. Yeah, that is really unfortunate. If Purity went the other way, this game would have been over.
This is insane. Because right now it's going back and forth. Shatty has the money to buy the key now. So now the time is officially against Purity, because now Shatty has had enough time to get the resources necessary to get the key. He is on his way back to 9. Purity has got to hurry it up now. Clock is ticking.
Unfortunately for Purity, Shatty knows exactly where to go.
think Purity might have just figured it out. Only thing that could save him now is a magic bomb hole that we don't know about. Now I think he just figured it out. He might have just figured it out too late, though.
Yeah, he needs a key to get there. I don't think bombs are going to cut it.
Yeah, this is a key or bust situation. Shatty has the key. Purity does not, and that is going to decide a wild race. Oh, wait a minute.
No, Purity's going to find the bad news. That's a key door.
Yeah, he has to Canana key here. There is no choice. And Shatty almost got cut down there. He's still got to get through this enemy section. Oh my goodness. Shatty has pulled it off, staving off what would have been one of the most incredible comebacks this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say it is not over until you dot done. And we have a dot done. Your winner with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, 7 seconds is Shatty. Unfortunately, Purity opting to forfeit, but still, quite a race, quite a comeback that just came up that short. That was amazing, folks. Hats off to both runners. Get out your GGs. Wow.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained. Those were some amazing swings.
That was ridiculous. That was honestly a great summary of my tournament luck the entire time.
Welcome to the voice chat, Purity.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, you just about pulled that off too. Because while you were trying to find your way to Zelda,
that was
Shatty.
Honestly a great summary of my tournament luck the entire time.
Welcome to the voice chat, Purity.
Hello.
I had my ears going off, something going off my ears there.
Yeah, there's a bit of an echo. I think somebody needs to...
Yep, that was me, my bad. Shatty. But as I was saying, while you had found where Zelda was in the shoot room, I'm trying to get... Shatty wound up leaving 9 to get resources to try and pay for one key. We never found the any key at all. So while that was going on, you were trying to find your way to Zelda, but it was that one way, that one shoot room, and it was oh so close.
Yeah, I knew what rooms led into the shoot room. I had both ends of Zelda's room marked on my tracker. I needed one key to get either one of them. Getting reverse canonic keyed in level 3, because it took me through to nope out of 4, nope out of 6 twice, nope out of 7, nope out of 3, and finally find level 2. That reverse canonic key lost me half an hour.
That's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. That's what got me there, was getting reverse canonic keyed at 3.
That crazy stuff. And welcome, Shatty is also in the voice.
Hey, Shatty, GG, man.
Hey, GG. I had the same thing. I was one key away from Zelda. I didn't know what to do.
And to think I thought that money wasn't going to be an issue. At the end of the day, money was the issue because keys and bombs were the issues. Unbelievable.
Yeah, buying that bomb upgrade and blue ring that was definitely a mistake for me. I should have taken the blue ring and left the bomb upgrade, because that level 7 was definitely bad enough that I wanted that blue ring.
Actually, Purity, I felt like the blue ring was a pretty good play. Shatty actually had a lot of difficulty getting through that wizard room in 7.
Even after picking up the magical sword.
That room was awful.
Yeah, that might be one of the top 10 worst combat rooms from this entire tournament. I already know what my number 1 is. That was up there, though.
That room geometry with blue whiz robes is nasty. I think the only way that could have been worse is if there were 8 instead of 6.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
I'd
Sucked
probably
that I
still
had
be
to,
fighting that room if I didn't get the big sword at 10.
yeah, I had to clear it twice. I had to clear it once with Woody. I had to nope out of 7 early because I ran out of keys.
Yeah, thankfully that 7 was mercifully short because right where that Triforce was, if you had to go any further north, you would have needed more keys, and yeah, that would not have been pleasant.
Yeah, I kept digging around. I dug around 6 and 7 to try to get a few extra keys going into 9, and I just got one too few. Had I bought a key instead of the bomb upgrade, whole different race, or had I not gotten hosed? That was really, really close.
Yeah, it really was.
I feel like Shatty probably had a similar key-related moment that he would have probably picked up 15, 20 minutes if it weren't for the keys in that seed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Keys were a major issue in this seed.
I left the room before Zelda because I knew I needed the key to get down there, and went to the grave to farm money.
Wow. You had that much. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. You had a big lead then.
Yeah, it was a big lead that narrowed rather quickly because we call level 9 the Great Equalizer for a reason, because of how 9 can really decide how a race ends, and that's pretty much what it came down to.
He actually went into level 8 first too. I mean, I guess what was sort of your decision making there as far as deciding to bounce Ant farm rupees instead of trying to dig more rooms?
Yeah, I thought I had a lot of 8 left, so I was hoping to get a key somewhere. But I looked at the map, I didn't see any rooms that I had left open, so I decided to go back to the grave.
Yeah, we're actually all really excited when it looked like the tables were about to turn. And Purity, I think you said you had Zelda from the top and the bottom. If you came in from the top, it was only 1 key away. But coming from the bottom, I think you needed 3, and you had 2 on you, which was
Yes.
rather unfortunate.
Yeah. Had I found the top entrance to Zelda first, I would have been able to get in with the keys I had on me.
Yeah, now let's move to earlier in the race, because early we get into level 1, we find the ladder, and then we also find Bo early in 8, and I'm thinking, okay, that's pretty nice. And then you get towards the end of the seed, and all of a sudden you get all this nasty stuff happening. It's like, oh, come on, seed, you're being so nice. Why so mean all of a sudden? But yeah, this turned out to be a very good seed overall. It's just that 9 wound up being the one that equalized things out, and where the real problems of this seed made themselves known. So if you guys had to guess, where would do you guys think the any key would have been?
9.
Yeah, had to be a 9.
That would make sense to me too.
Because I got the bow out of 8, and there was an old man in one of the dungeons who told me the Lord Banana was there.
Oh,
I think-
really? So I did not see that hint at all for some reason.
I remember seeing it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought Lord Banana was the other item in 8. Did you dig the other item in 8, Shatty?
No, I got the bow and I skipped 6 and 7.
Yeah, I think 6, 7, and the second item 8 were still at large as far as we know.
Yeah, and both items in 9 were at large, so as far as it goes with those items, just about anything's possible, because those items can be interchanged in it to any dungeon.
Yeah, none of those were required items. We were missing the white sword, the any key, the wand, and the Lord Banana.
Yeah,
and the red ring.
Oh yeah, and the red ring. Did you find red ring, Shatty?
No, I didn't even find. I don't think I found a blue ring shop.
It was in Vanilla 9.
Yeah, I never even went up to the mountain at all on a single screen.
I was up there looking for level 2 before I found Power Bracelet. I was kind of in a bind because I had no keys to do 4, 6, or 7. So I had to find level 2 or go into level 3. And I had my concerns about the concentration of Wizrobes in 3. So I started looking for 2 first. Found Blue Ring and then jumped into 3.
Yeah, when the Wizrobes were congregated in this seat, it certainly caused some problems.
Yeah, Shatty.
There was a hint for, not level 2 specifically, but there was a hint for a power bracelet level.
Oh, there was. Okay. I didn't buy hints, so.
But the other thing about that was there was actually a non-power bracelet. The gray push block also had a level in it, so you couldn't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true. Feat of Strength. There were 2.
Yeah, and Shatty dug the power bracelet out of 3 early, so his lack of overworld exploration definitely helped him out.
Oh yeah, if you went into 3 and were able to get that power bracelet out at the beginning, I can definitely see picking up 10 minutes right there.
Do you guys have any other thoughts on the seed?
It's a kitty seed. There's always a gotcha. Oh yeah, I could definitely see this being a gotcha seed because this seed got us good.
Should we wrap things up, Leslie?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea to me. And also, having a look at for later tonight, or rather in the morning, our next race is going to be 1 a.m. A race between Shiner and SYS Crusher on Speed Gaming 1. And then tomorrow, then later in the day, we've got a 2 o'clock race between Breasticle and Your Majesty on Randomania, followed with Kiss My Afro Card versus Zardia at 5:15, and Jay Klasnick versus Z-Man at 9. All 3 of those lined up for Randomania.
Sounds like a good time.
That it does.
Yeah, get hyped, guys.
Absolutely get hyped because there may be football tomorrow, but there's still Zelda Rando action coming. So if the football isn't got your interest, then come check out the Rando.
It'll probably be a better halftime show. 100% left shark free.
Oh, savage! And on that note, that's gonna do it for us.
Yep. GG, guys. Have a good night.
GG. Final thoughts?
GG,
Rob?
guys. Thanks.
No, just shout outs to Melee Wizard for doing the tracking, and Fiesel for taking care of the restream.
Absolutely, and shout outs for our runners, Shatty and Purity the Cat. Give them both a follow. They put on a fantastic show for us tonight. I certainly enjoyed it, that's for sure.
So this was RC Drone.
And I'm Leslie Pro 04. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. May your bombs be cheap and your keys plentiful.